it is not very easy to enter Thailand now. You need insurance, you need permission from the embassy. So I think that we need to use other means for our activities, like online lectures and online exam. International students from 18 countries this semester. The numbers reduced a little bit because of the COVID problems. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Thammasat University and SIT a little bit. So let me show my PowerPoint presentation. All right. So Thammasat University is the second oldest university in Thailand. We have 4 campuses. SIT is in a campus called Rangsit, which is the biggest campus of the university, but the oldest campus is in Thar Prachan, near Grand Palace in Bangkok. Thammasat University has more than 2,000 teaching staff and more than 30,000 undergraduate students, and we have more than 6,000 graduate students. And we offer a lot of courses, both in social science and science. SIT is an international institute of Thammasat University. SIT was founded in 1992 by 3 parties. The first one is the Federation of Thai Industry, or FTI. The second party is the Japan Federation of Economic Organizations, KDANREN. And the last one is, of course, Thammasat University. Our initial funding was from FTI and KDANREN. And in 1996, His Majesty the King Lama IX granted the name Sirinthorn International Institute of Technology to SIIT. On the right side, you can see our emblem and our mascot. All right, we offer 9 bachelor's degree programs in engineering, technology, and management. All courses are conducted in English. And of course, graduates receive Thammasat University degrees. We have around 9,000 alumni already, and currently we have about 2,000 students. Our semesters start from August, first semester from August to December, second semester January to May, and then summer June and July. These are our 9 bachelor degree programs. We have basic engineering programs like chemical engineering, civil engineering, and so on. And we also have digital engineering program and computer engineering programs. We also have management programs, 2 of them, management technology and engineering management. For graduate programs, we have only 1 PhD program for all the discipline, and we have 4 master degree programs. We have a lot of industrial partners. As you can see in these, a lot of logos here. Many companies are international companies. Of course, we have Thai companies as well. The companies shown here are mostly big company. So we do a lot of research to help solve real problems of companies in Thailand and, in fact, international companies as well. And for university, we have a lot of international university partners. Globally, around 85 partners in different areas. Okay, we have a lot of in Europe and a lot of partners in Japan. This slide show the list of partners in Europe, and as you can see, we have top university in each country as our partners, and these are universities that really have activities with us. From Japan, a lot of partners in Japan, only 1 country, but many partners. This is because one of our founders was KDANREN. That is why. So we have a very good relationship with Japanese university. ASEAN countries, a lot of university here, and others. Okay, so this is, I would like to say again, welcome to SIT, and I'm very glad that you joined SIT. I wish that you finally can come to SIIT, but I am not sure when. I hope that this COVID problem will pass quickly, and for the time being, please stay safe. And we wish to see you here at SIIT soon. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much for an introduction about SIIT and very nice welcome speech from the director, Professor Dr. Pruettha Nanakorn. Next, I would like to invite the Deputy Director for the International Affairs and Corporate Relations, Assistant Professor Dr. Itthisek Nilkhamhang, to give a welcome speech to our students. So please welcome Assistant Professor Dr. Itthisek Nilkhamhang.
Good morning to all. I hope that you can hear me clearly. Now, I believe that this is one of the most unique orientation in the history of SIIT. On behalf of the International Affairs and Corporate Relations Division, we proudly welcome you to our SIIT family. At this time, we have a short slide that I would like to present to you. So please allow me to share my screen. So the director of SIIT, Professor Pruettha Nanakorn, has already provided us with some of the most relevant information regarding SIIT, which is short for Silinton International Institute of Technology, as well as Thammasat University. Therefore, today I would like to introduce you to our International Affairs and Corporate Relations Division. I believe that most of you have already been dealing with many of these lovely ladies, but now that we can get to talk and see each other in person, let me once again introduce some of the most important personnels who will be looking after your study during your stay at SIIT. First and foremost, let me give an introduction to myself. My name is Itthisek Nilkhamhang. I am the Deputy Director of International Affairs and Corporate Relations. You will notice when you arrive to SIIT that many times the professors are given a prefix of Ajahn, and Ajahn is simply a Thai word for a professor. So many students also call me Ajahn Itthisek. I'm actually a faculty member in the School of ICT with a focus in electrical engineering. Up next, I would like to introduce you to Mrs. Pichalika Sirikun. She is the Chief of the International Affairs and Corporate Relations. I believe that you just met her. Her nickname is Pi. So at this time, I would like to ask Pi to just briefly say hello and introduce yourself to the students.
Hi everyone. Hi again. This is Pi. Sawadee. Welcome to SIIT, and I hope to see you guys soon at SIIT. Thank you for joining us today. See you soon.
So Pi as our chief, is probably the most knowledgeable person on all matters related to international affairs. If you have any problems, she is one of the person that you should come and talk to. Up next, we have Ms. Pailanya Chaichana. She is the chief of the Corporate Relations and International Affairs section. Her name, you can also call her Pinan. At this time, I also want to point out that many times you will see that in Thailand, every one of us have very long names. So they have also a nickname. So in the case of Ms. Pailanya, her nickname is Nan, and the prefix of P is given to someone who is of an older status, just kind of a respect. So at this time, can I ask Pinan to say hello to the students?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pailanya Chachana. You can call me Nan. Yes, it is Pinan. Okay. Nice to see you all here. Thank you.
Okay, up next, I believe you are very familiar with this lovely lady. She is Mrs. Chonticha. She is also the coordinator of the international students, incoming international students. And you can also know her as Pichon. So please allow Pichon to introduce herself.
Sawadee ka. Hi guys, welcome everyone to SIIT. My name is Chon. Please call me P Chon. I am a coordinator for international graduate students and hope to see you guys soon at SIIT. Bye bye. Sawadee ka.
Lastly, we have Mrs. Rakchuda. She is also a coordinator for our exchange programs as well as our graduate students programs. So you can also call her Pime. So may I ask Pime to say a few words to the new students?
Sawadee ka. My name is Rakchuda Thibordee, or you can call me May. I'm a coordinator for outgoing students.
So hope to see you soon at SIIT.
Okay, so now that you have met the staff of the International Affairs and Corporate Relations Division, I believe that Ms. Chonticha has already told you that the schedule for today will include many relevant information during your studies here at SIIT, both for graduates and undergraduate students. So I would just give a very brief talk on the status of the internationality here at SIIT for this coming semester. As you are aware, in 2020, we are all encountering an unprecedented situation with regards to the COVID spread throughout the world. This has impacted not only Thailand, but all countries in all continents. Nevertheless, we cannot let this stop us from advancing and continuing to pursue our academic success and progress. Therefore, in the first semester of 2020, we are very proud to welcome 45 students from 18 different countries. This is actually a very unique semester because all of the students that are joining us in this semester are all full-time students in the graduate and undergraduate level. Typically, in a normal semester, we would have a large number of exchange students as well. This means that in a normal semester, the students from other countries will be coming for a short period to stay with us, but also it means that you will also have opportunities to go on exchange programs with our partner universities that Dr. Pruettha has already mentioned. So this year, we have the new students coming from 18 different countries, including, I believe, Vietnam, Myanmar, Indonesia, Cambodia, Korea, Germany, China, Japan, Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Nigeria, America, Denmark, Sri Lanka, Uzbekistan, the Philippines, as well as Maldives. So you, as the 45 new students joining us in this semester, will become part of a larger international student body at SIIT. Currently, we have students from over 21 different countries, accounting for about 215 international students. This means that more than 10% of the student body here at SIIT are actually from different countries. This is one of the facts that we would like to highlight because at SIIT, it's not simply about the fact that all the courses and lectures are conducted in English, but that you will have the chance to interact not only with Thai students, but also from students from many different countries and nationalities and cultures. Now, at this time, I believe that some of you may be here in Thailand, but for others, you may have some difficulty to travel. We hope that soon you will be able to come in person to join us and experience this truly multicultural atmosphere here at SIIT. So just to show you a few pictures of the previous semesters, that SIIT has many students from many different nationalities working together, both inside the classrooms, in the labs, and also outside in other activities, cultural as well as just simply having fun. If you have the chance to join some of these activities in person throughout the semester, the International Office will arrange many activities for you, including the campus tour of the Thammasat campus, Thai study day for learning the basic Thai communication, cultural trips to some of our historical sites in the surrounding areas, as well as the opportunity to experience Thai cooking, where Thai cuisine is probably one of the most famous aspects of Thai culture. In fact, it is said that in Thailand, the food is either hot, hotter, or hottest. So we encourage you to try the Thai cuisine when you have the chance. We also have a number of student activities that you can join, including the International Night, the Loi Krathong Festival, which is similar to our Christmas in a way. We have the White Cruise Ceremony as well as the Rice Harvesting Day. At this time, before I conclude my introduction or orientation for you, there are a few academic matters that the staff of the International Office would like me to remind you. In fact, most of these regulations pertain to exchange students as well as regular students. The first matter is with regards to class attendance, that SIIT for the undergraduate and graduate students that have lecture courses, the students are required to attend at least 70% of the total class periods during the semester. Now, if you attend less than 70%, and if the professor takes attendance, then it is a possibility that he or she, the professor, may not allow you to take the final examination. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay. Up next is with regards to the dress code. So at SIIT, as in Thailand in general, you will find that we have something called the student uniform for the undergraduate levels. Okay, so the student uniform basically consists of a white shirt and either a black pants or a black skirt. Now, the graduate students, it's not so strict about wearing the student uniform, but in general, the student uniform is required for undergraduate students when they are in the classroom as assigned by the instructor, but in particular in the examination rooms. For the graduate students, the student uniform may not be required, but we ask that at least you wear the polite dress when you are inside the classrooms or inside the examination rooms. Also, when you're visiting one of the SIIT offices, either in the Langsit or Bangkok campus, or contacting one of the academic schools, we also would like you to wear the polite dress. We have at this time concluded just my brief overview of the international office here at SIIT. We have many different channels that you can contact us. During this COVID time, probably the most convenient method is to contact us using the Facebook or by line, or sending us an email or by a phone call. But if you have the chance to come to the Langsit campus, you can also visit us on the second floor of the Langsit campus main building. So at this time, this concludes my brief introduction. I would like to just hand the floor back over to Ms.Chonticha to conduct the rest of the orientation process. Thank you very much for your attention, and welcome to SIIT.
Thank you, Adaptation, for giving us a very warm welcome speech. And next session is my session. I would like to give you information about the campus life. All right. So here are the topic that I'm gonna give you the information. I will start with the general information about SIIT, and then facilities for students, a little bit about regulations, activities for students, and cultural adaptation. And then I will pass to Ms. Rakchuda to give you information about visa. All right, let's get started with the general information. So I will skip the introduction about Thammasat University because our director kindly gave you guys the information about this already. And these are pictures of our campuses. So you can see that the original campus, we have Tha Prasan campus, which is located in Bangkok. And if you are in Thailand, and I think it is a good opportunity to go to this campus because it's quite unique and very beautiful. And this campus is also close to the Grand Palace and many tourist places that you can visit there. And you can also see the Rangsit campus. This campus is huge. I mean, very huge. And there are so many facilities for students in this campus too. Right, I will skip the part of introduction about SIIT, and just want to remind you again that we are in the first semester of academic year 2017. First semester of academic year 2020. I'm sorry. These are the 9 international programs that we offer to our students. SIIT, we offer classes in 2 campuses. We have Rangsit campus, which is located in Thammasat Rangsit campus. And if you have classes in civil engineering, chemical engineering, industrial engineering, and mechanical engineering programs, you will have classes at Rangsit campus. But if you have study in the digital engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering, management technology, and engineering management, you will have classes at Bangkok campus. But you don't have to worry if you have classes in the morning. If you are staying at Rangsit but you have classes at Bangkok, or if you are staying at Bangkok but you have classes at Rangsit, we provide the shuttle van and bus for free for all of you. And this is the map of the Thammasat Rangsit campus. As I told you that our campus is huge. We have even the hospital and a lot of sports complex and dormitories. SIIT is located between the Faculty of Engineering and Faculty of Architecture. And SIIT building is located between the two gates we call Chiang Rai Gate number 1 and Chiang Rai Gate number 2. And we also have AIT, Asian Institute of Technology, and NSTDA, National Science Park, as our neighbor. And this is the map of SIIT Bangkadi. SIIT Bangkadi is located in the Bangkadi Industrial Park, and we also have our dormitory for our international students located at Bangkadi. All right, I would like to move on to the public transportation. You might want to know, if you are staying at Rangsit campus, if you want to go to Bangkok, it's not that hard, it's not that difficult to go to Bangkok because the public transportation is quite convenient. You can take a bus or even a van to Bangkok. For example, if you want to go to the BTS SkyTrain, BTS is the SkyTrain in Bangkok. If you want to go to the shopping mall, Future Park, or the weekend market, or even if you want to go to Thammasat Thar Prajan campus, the original campus, you can also take a van. It takes only at least 30 minutes to Future Park. And if you want to go to Bangkok, it takes around 45 minutes to 1 hour or 1.5 hours. It depends on the traffic, because you know that the traffic in Bangkok is quite busy. And I'm gonna talk about the facilities for students. All right, I have already mentioned that we provide the shuttle bus and van between campuses. You guys will get schedule of shuttle bus and van very soon. I will send you guys an email so you can know that if you are in Thailand now and if you have classes at Bangkadi campus, or if you stay at Bangkadi dormitory and want to come to Rangsit campus, you will know what time that you can take the van and the bus. If you are at SIIT, you will be able to access your internet because we provide the Wi-Fi internet for all of you. So you can use your student ID as the username and your passport number as the password. And we also have the computer centers at both Rangsit and Bangkadi campus. So if you don't have the laptop, or you forget to bring your laptop, you can just go to the computer center and use the computer there. You don't have to show your student ID card. You just go there and can use the computer at SIIT. And if you need to print out the documents or the assignments, we have the printing service, the printing booths that are around. I'm not sure how many the booths that we have, but it's normally located in the building, in the main building. But the way to print out the documents, first of all, you have to top up money. So you have to go to the finance division. At SIIT, we have our own finance division. You just go there and top up money. All right. In the case that you need to have a photocopy, we also have the copy center at both Rangsit and Bangkadi campus. And I think a lot of time, you can also purchase class materials there. And if you want to have laser printing, it's also provided there. And this is our beautiful library. At SIIT, we have our own library at both Rangsit and Bangkadi campuses. You can just enter the library without showing any student ID card. But I would like to ask you the cooperation not to wear impolite dress. It means that please do not wear shorts. But if you wear student uniform, it's okay. You can enter the library. But if you wear shorts, you will not be allowed to enter the library. And if you want to go there for studying, to have a group discussion, we have a very nice library for you guys. And we also have the prayer rooms for all Muslims, so you don't have to worry about this. And of course, we have the infirmary room. As you know that at Thammasat Rangsit, we have the hospital at Rangsit campus, and we have a professional nurse from Thammasat Hospital work at SIIT every day. If you don't feel good, have an headache, stomach ache, you just can go to our nurse at both Rangsit and Bangkadi campus. As I told you, Rangsit campus is huge, right? So you will see, if you are in Thailand, you will see that the weather is hot and the campus is huge. We sometimes too lazy to walk. That's why we have the public transportation on the campus. First of all, I would like you to see the yellow bus, the yellow open air bus. We call NGV tram or NGV bus. You can just take this bus for free, and if you want to travel around the campus, I mean on the campus. And we also have the mini truck, but it's not for free. You have to pay only 5 baht per journey. And lastly, we have motorbike taxi. Motorbike taxi is fast. If you are in a hurry, if you are late already, you may take a motorbike taxi, but I don't recommend you guys to take it because it's too dangerous, especially for those who come to Thailand for the first time. Taking a motorbike taxi is too dangerous for you. So maybe if you stay here at least like a month or 2 months, and you can try to take a motorbike taxi, okay? On the Rangsit campus, we also have a very big library and also the learning center. You will see that during the midterm and final examinations, a lot of students will study there. You can even, I think you can bring your drink, you can eat something inside, and you don't have to wear proper dress if you're going to go there. So I think students prefer to go there than coming to SIIT. But however, SIIT, we have a very nice library too. Yeah, we have banking service. There are so many banks, more than 5 on the campus. And we even have the post office, bookstore. If you come to Thailand and would like to buy student uniforms, so please go to the bookstore at Rangsit campus to buy student uniforms. And at the bookstore, you can also buy the textbooks and stationaries. We have sports center, for example, swimming pool, gym, tennis court, badminton court. And for undergraduate students, I mean full-time undergraduate students, you can access these facilities for free. Just show them your student ID card. But if you are the graduate students in master or PhD, you have to apply for the annual membership. It's 1,000 baht, and you can go to the sports centers. At Thammasat, Rangsit, we have the public hospital, Thammasat University Hospital. This hospital belongs to the Faculty of Medicine, and it is a public hospital and quite famous. There are so many patients every day. If you are sick and would like to see the doctor, sometimes we recommend our students to go to the private hospital instead, because if you go to the Thammasat hospital, you have to wait because there are so many people there. Maybe at least 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours to see the doctors. But if you can wait, it's okay, because this hospital is one of the best hospital in Thailand. But if you think you can wait, there's too many people there, you can go to the private hospital. Our office will provide you information regarding the list of private hospitals for our students. This is the group accident insurance for our students. However, most of you, 99% of our students here, you are a full-time student, so you don't need to apply for this insurance because it's already included in the educational support fee. So it's like automatically apply for you guys. But if you are the external student, we have only one external student here. If you want to apply for the group accident insurance, please contact the finance division at SIIT. If you are a full-time students who get scholarships from SIIT, once you arrive at SIIT, the student affairs division will help you regarding the health insurance. You will be able to apply for the health insurance when you arrive in Thailand. However, if you don't have, if you don't get any scholarship support from SIIT and you would like to apply for the health insurance, you can also contact the student affairs to apply for the insurance, but you have to pay for the premium fee by yourself. On the Transit campus, we have the night market, very nice market, every Monday and Thursday. So if you want to go there to try Thai foods and want to buy clothes, you can go there. It's very nice night market. As Asst.Prof.Dr.Itthisek already mentioned it about this, I will not talk about this much. However, I just would like to remind you that if you are the undergraduate students, you may have to wear the student uniforms when you in the classroom, but however, it depends on the regulations of each class. Maybe you can ask the instructor of each course if it is mandatory for students to wear the student uniform or not, okay? But in the exam rooms, all undergraduate students are required to wear proper student uniforms. Would like to say again that if you don't wear student uniform, please wear polite dress. Wearing shorts, something like this, means impolite, and you will not be given the service from SIIT if you wear impolite dress. And this is the student ID. All full-time students, undergraduate and graduate students will get the student ID from Thammasat University. When you take the examination, you need to show your student ID in the exam room. And if you want to borrow books from the library at SIIT or at Thammasat Transit campus, you need to show them your student ID. If you want to use the, to access sports center, please show your student ID too. We also have a smoking area for those who love smoking. Please do not smoke at anywhere else because we already provide the smoking areas for all students at both Transit and Bangladesh campus. You need to attend the class at least 70%. And if you are sick and cannot attend the class, please directly contact the instructor of the course. And about the cultural adaptation. In Thailand, when we say hello, we say Sawadee, Sawadee. And we also have a gesture we call why. So you put your palms together like this and bow your head a little bit and say Sawadee. If you are male, say Sawadee krap. And if you are female, you say Sawadee ka. Sawadee ka. So next time when you come to our office, let's do this Sawadee ka and Sawadee krap. Or if you talk to your advisor or the instructor of each class, you can say Sawadee ka and do like this to all of them too. But you don't have to do this with your friends, all right? You can do this with someone who is older than you, like us or the advisors, the professors. And how to address Thai people. Asst.Prof.Dr.Itthisek already mentioned it about this, and just want to let you know again that most of us has nicknames. For example, me, my full name, my first name is Ms.Chonticha, and my nickname is Chon. My colleagues, May, Nan. But for the professors, they also have nicknames. But I don't recommend you to call them with their nicknames. You can call them with their first name, not last name. In Thailand, you can address people with the first name is polite. You don't have to address them with their last name, their family name. For example, Asst.Itthisek, you can call him with his first name. And we also have the prefix P. P means like elder sister, elder brother, and someone who is older than you. You can call them P and then followed by their nickname. For example, P Chon, P May, P P Nan. But for the professors, I'm not sure if they want you to call them P, but please don't call them P, I guess. Please call them Ajahn, which means a teacher. Adaptation or Dr. Itthisek is fine. And this is about Buddhist year. So this is not that important, but I just want to let you know that if you are in Thailand, you will see a lot of places, the signs that we use the Buddhist year. So right now we are in 2563 Buddhist year. That's why your student ID start with 63. And let's move on to the activities for international students. Normally, every semester we organize a lot of activities for our international students. For example, orientation, campus tour, Thai study, cultural trips, Thai language course, international nights. But for this semester, we still consider if it is still possible to organize these activities for you guys or not. We will let you know very soon, okay? But I already set up the first activity for those who already in Thailand. So we're gonna have the meeting lunch at SIIT building on the 28th of August. I will remind you again, or I will send you the invitation later. So I would like you guys to download the International Students Handbook that you will see a lot of information about Thailand, about things that can help you to survive in Thailand. So if you cannot download it now, I will send you the link via email after this session, because after this session, I normally send you guys an email to give you the all information that we have talked, because I know maybe today is too much information for you guys. It's impossible for you guys to remember everything, but don't worry, I will send you the wrap up email later. I would like to ask all of you to join our social media accounts. We have Facebook group and also Line group. So we have the Facebook group, SIIT International Students Group. Please join that group, and also the Line group. I just created the Line group so we can share the information easier. Line is the chat application in Thailand, so you cannot survive in Thailand if you don't know Line. So if you don't have Line application, I would like you to download it and then join the group, the Line group. It's okay if you cannot join it now. I will send you the link via email later. And lastly, I'd like you to know that if you are in Thailand, I would like to invite all new students who are already in Thailand to visit us at our office. Our office is located on the second floor of SIIT main building, so you can get to know us and then receive a welcome package. All right, so you can come to our office from the 10th until 28th of August. So this is the way that you can contact us. Our office is on the second floor. We have the phone number here and Facebook group. And I give you my Line ID, my personal Line ID. If you have any urgent emergency and would like to ask any question, you can add my Line. I give you the my ID already here. So thank you very much for your attention. And next session, I'd like to invite my colleague Pime to give you information about visa information.
Hello, everyone. This is Pime. Actually, I'm not responsible for the visa information. However, I will give you a brief information that you need to know. These apply only to those who are currently in Thailand. Only those who are currently in Thailand. So for the students who are outside Thailand, you can just check your passport when you arrive in Thailand. Okay, let's get started. The first thing that I want you to check is the visa type you hold right now. If you have a passport and you are currently in Thailand, I recommend you to open your passport and check what is the visa type you got from the embassy. This is the suitable visa type to study in Thailand.
the student visa. And the student visa, you can stay in Thailand for 90 days or 3 months. For the tourist visa, it's not recommended because you study at SIIT and then you have to hold a student visa. And visa on arrival is not recommended as well. If you want to change the type of visa, for example, you hold the tourist visa right now and you want to change to student visa, I will tell you how to change it by giving you a contact of responsible person. This is the thing that you need to know when you look at your passport. You know the visa type, and then you have to know the number of entry. There's two types. The first one is single entry visa, and the second one is multiple entry visa. For the single entry visa, it's like you have no plan to leave Thailand and to return Thailand. It means when you enter to Thailand and you don't leave Thailand, you don't want to leave Thailand, then the single entry visa is recommended. However, if you enter to Thailand and you want to travel to other country or you want to return home or anything, you have to hold the multiple entry visa. It means you can come to Thailand and leave Thailand, come to Thailand and leave to Thailand several times. And if you have your own passport, then please turn to the visa page. As you can see from the presentation, the student visa from Thailand, Thai Embassy, you may see the type of visa here, non-immigrant. And the category is ED. ED stands for education. And the number of entry is single. So these things is important to check your visa. If you have your passport right now, then I recommend you to check it now. And if you don't have it now, then I will send you more information about how to check your visa later. So this is the recommended. I mean, you should hold the non-immigrant and ED category. And for the number of entry, it depends on when you apply for the visa. And this is the most important thing. If you arrive in Thailand, and you will get the departure card. And this is very important thing. Do not lose it, please. I remind you again, do not lose it. Because if you lose it, you have to go to the police station. So keep it in a safe place. Do not lose it. Just want to remind you. And when you arrive in Thailand, and the immigration officer will stamp on your passport page. And I want you to check the stamp, because if there is or there are any mistake, then you have to connect us. For example, this is the example of the visa stamp. As you can see, it's written non-ED. Non stand for non-immigrant. ED is the category of visa. It stand for education. So if you are studying at SIIT, then you should have the ED, the ED category. And here is the admitted date or the arrival date. 18th of August 2018 is the arrival date that you arrive in Thailand. So if there is anything wrong about your arrival date, you have to let us know as soon as possible, in order that we could help contact with the immigrant officer if there is any mistake. And as you can see from the picture, 15 November 2018, this is the visa expiry date. So you have to check how long can you stay in Thailand. If the stamp, actually, as I said, the student visa, you can stay in Thailand for 3 months, right? And if it's shorter than the period of 3 months, or if there is any mistake on your visa arrival date, visa expiry date, you have to tell us as soon as possible. So if you check your visa and the stamp already, I will tell you what to do and the thing that you should not do or don't. The first thing that you do not do is do not let your visa overstay. It means that you have to extend your visa of at least 1 month before expiry dates. For example, if your visa will expire on the 15th of November, then you have to apply, you have to extend your visa 1 month ahead. Otherwise, you have to pay fine 500 baht per day. So do not let visa overstay. And the other thing that you should do is do 90-day report. You need to report your residence every 90 days. For example, when you arrive in Thailand, and then you have to report your residence, you have to fill in the document and prepare many documents that I list in the Google Sheet. And if you don't report, you have to pay fine 2,000 baht for overdue report. The other thing is do a re-entry permit. So you must apply for a re-entry permit before leaving Thailand. For example, you want to travel abroad or you want to visit your family, your friend, or anything, you have to do a re-entry permit. Because if you don't do that, your current student visa will be cancelled automatically when you arrive in Thailand. So before leaving Thailand, you must do a re-entry permit. Otherwise, your current visa, your student visa will be cancelled. You can contact Ms.Rakchuda or you can call her Pinok. Pinok is from the Central Coordinating Division. Her room is room number 2 on the 2nd floor of SIIT main building Rangsit campus. For example, if you are not in Thailand and you have a problem with your visa, you can contact her by email or the phone. If you have any issue or anything about visa, please send an email to her or meet her at the room number 2 of SIIT main building, or you can call her. Okay, so if you want to ask us, you can type or unmute and ask us now. Anyone have any question?
Okay, while they are preparing to show the Google Sheet, we have a question by Mr. Vutia Min. The question is that how many students will be in campus for this first semester? In fact, as you saw in the numbers, we currently have about 2,000 plus students at SIIT, in addition to all the other students in Thammasat University. Most of those students will be studying on-site. So it is only the case of certain international students that face the travel restriction requirements that cannot travel here, that they will have to rely on the online method. However, as part of, I'm not sure if you know this information already, but to facilitate during the students during the COVID era, SIIT will actually have a combination of on-site and live streaming. So while we encourage most students to come to the campus for their classes, because we believe that that is the most efficient way to learn, and we have proper social distancing, but of course, some students may prefer to study from their own dorm or house. So all courses at SIIT will have live streaming that you can watch in real time. Of course, that depends a lot on the internet connection. So not only can you watch it in real time, but the courses are recorded. And then about 2 or 3 days later, the courses will be uploaded to the lecture note system that you can download and then study at your own leisure. Okay, so we provide this so that we can facilitate all students to study to the best of their capabilities at all times. But yes, in most cases, I expect more than 90 to 95% of the students to be on campus. Now, the next question is actually by, I'm sorry if I cannot pronounce your name correctly, Lin Buk Chuang. This one is probably going to be to Kun Chontichaนะครับ, about the dormitories, but maybe she can now talk about the Google Sheet and the dormitories. Thank you.
Okay, for the question about the dormitory, in the Google Sheet, we have an information about the dormitory. As I said, as SIIT has 2 campuses, and as you can see from here, this is the condition for scholarship recipient. If you are a scholarship recipient, you have to check this one, because some scholarship allow students to choose their own dormitory, but some scholarship require students to stay at SIIT Bangkadi Residence Hall. So from the sheet, as you may see here, is the information about dormitory in Rangsit campus. And you will see information, how many dormitory and the price and anything that you want to know about the dormitory, even the contact of the dormitory owner. So you Google Sheet here. And if you want to see the location, you can click here as well. It will show the location of each dormitory. For example, here is Sirinthorn International Institute of Technology. And as you may see, there are many dormitories here. So you can check, and this is the sheet that we provide for you. The location, address, contract, rental, fee, and anything that you may need to know. Yeah, and even the website or contact.
So this Google Sheet is quite useful because we provide a lot of information to all of you. So yeah, I think you should work with us via this Google Sheet.
And one more thing, if you want us to reserve the room for you, so you can fill in this form. However, we cannot guarantee the availability of the dormitory because during the beginning of semester, most of the dormitory are fully booked. So if you want us to contact for you, then you should fill in this form, and then I will help contact with the staff of the dormitory. In case you cannot communicate in Thai, then you can fill in this form.
Yeah, however, we will start to reserve a room for you once your flight is confirmed. Okay. So, however, if you are already in Thailand and you still looking for the dormitories, you can fill out the form and then we will help you to reserve a room.
Yes. And if you will arrive in Thailand in the first semester, please fill in the arrival information for us in order that we will coordinate it with your buddy, and then your buddy will pick you up from the alternative state quarantine. Okay, I got 2 questions. Is the uniform required for graduate students?
The uniform is required for undergraduate students only. Yeah. Graduate student, you don't have to wear uniform, but please wear polite dress.
Yes. Yeah. White long sleeve shirt and black pant is fine.
Yeah, any color shirt, colorful color is fine. Yeah.
Yes.
But please don't wear shorts. No shorts.
Okay. About smoking area, I'm not a smoker, but I do vaping. I read somewhere on the internet that vaping is illegal.
May I interject on this matter? In fact, the information by Mr. V is correct that officially the vaping is illegal in Thailand. So if you are caught in possession of the vaping, then you may be fined. So this is something to keep in mind. However, if it is a public area, that is where you should be careful about. In the private area, I don't think that it can be enforced. So just keep that into consideration. Okay. We also have a previous question by Miss or Mr. Nan Lei regarding the support for the traveling. So maybe Kun Chonticha can give us some more information here.
All right. At the moment, we don't have financial support regarding the insurance and the quarantine accommodations to enter Thailand. Yeah.
What we can do is we can provide with the other documents that are required for the application at the embassy, like the proof of student status or some other documents to verify that you're coming here as international students to SIIT. With that in mind, we highly encourage you to stay updated with the most relevant information for your embassy. The requirements are always changing. Okay, so we are also trying to do our best to find options for our international students. But to answer your question, frankly, at this time, we don't have any financial support for the insurance or the quarantine. Okay, but you can always contact the international office for any questions or requests that you may have. Okay. We also have a question by Mr. Mayowa Emmanuel. Okay, time limit for those not in Thailand to return. Okay, so the question is, if you're not able to come to Thailand immediately, like, is there like a deadline or a limit to when you do have to come? So if you notice what I mentioned about the way that the courses are conducted, we make it this way so that the students can at least study the entire semester all the way to the final examination. So for the midterm and final examinations for undergraduate students and graduate students, SIIT will provide some form of online or remote examination. So at the very least, in the first semester until December, okay, it will be fine if you cannot travel to Thailand. But at the current moment, we don't know yet how the second semester will be conducted, because we have to wait for the further announcements from the Thai government. But I would expect it that if the travel restrictions are still in place, and that these measures will continue to be applied. Okay, so there is no firm deadline, there's no limit. At the very least, until December, you should be fine. And then after December, we will have to reassess the situation of the COVID situation in Thailand and around the world.
If I don't have a partner to stay together, what will be the cost for dormitory? Actually, which dormitory? It depends on which dormitory you stay. And
so if you stay at Bangkadi dormitory,
check.
Yeah.
No. You can choose his own dormitory.
Right now, if you can choose your own dormitory, you have to pay for the full rental fee. So the room rental fee, it depends on the dormitory that you choose. If you have a roommate, you can share. But if you don't have a roommate, you have to fully pay for the rental fee and electricity and water fee too.
Yes. Any more questions? Can student recipient who need to take online course for one semester get financial aid instead of living allowance?
You will get the living allowance once you arrive in Thailand. Yeah. Any other questions that we didn't answer? So the next question will start at 10:30. So we still have time.
Actually, if you have some, you want to know information, yeah, I want to tell you about the visa. One more thing that we want to remind you is the document submission for the form TM30 notification of residence. If you arrive in Thailand, you are required to report your residence. This is the document that you have to prepare. If you don't stay at Bangkadi dormitory, you have to prepare this. And these are the remarks that you need to follow. And if you stay at Bangkadi dormitory, you have to prepare this document. And these are the remarks that you have to take a look carefully. And one more thing is the document submission for visa extension. When you arrive in Thailand and you have to extend visa, and I tell you that you have to extend off at least 1 month before the visa expiry date. So these are the documents that you have to prepare. Just want to remind you, and this is the deadline. And the contact person is Ms.Rakchuda. So when you prepare the document, then you have to bring those documents to Ms.Rakchuda, and she will take you to the immigration office and help you and facilitate you to do the residence report and extend your visa.
Okay, I think that there is another question by Ms. Chonticha. Again, if we mispronounce your name, we look forward to you meeting you and you telling us how to pronounce your names. But at this time, the question is that can some scholarship students For example, under the CEP program, can they request for financial aid instead of living allowance? For this matter, it's not something that the international office can say. I would say, or I would suggest that you talk to the coordinator of the CEP program. I believe that is the civil engineering program, as well as you can also contact the student affairs division, who are responsible for scholarships related matters. At this time, I cannot answer this particular question, but you can make a request and see what the response is. Okay.
And one more thing, since I guess at least 70% of you guys are scholarship recipients. Actually, there will be the scholarship signing agreement session, but since a lot of you are not in Thailand at the moment, if you have any questions about the scholarship contract, kindly look at the Google Sheets, at the scholarship sheet, and we provide you the contact person, on the sheet. So if you have any questions, kindly email them. If you still have questions, please, you can text me via line, or you can send us an email if you still have any questions.